Hello, and welcome back to Just Spiritually Speaking. My name is Don. Today we're going to be speaking about psychic ability. Have you ever been in a situation where you see something playing out and you know exactly how it's going to end? And boom, sure enough, that's the way it ends. Well, that's called a prediction. Some people consider it coincidence, others believe it's psychic. If it happens over and over again, I think it's something more than just coincidence. Psychic ability is the ability to predict things that are happening now or things that can happen in the future. The real question for a lot of people is, are we born psychic or do we develop it? My thinking has always been that you are born psychic. We all are born psychic. What separates one from the other is our time in which we spend to develop it. It is a skill in a sense like all other things, and if you do not work on it, it will not develop. So one of the quickest ways to get started when you're looking at developing psychic abilities is to make sure you do some meditation, or at least take a little time before you start practicing psychic abilities and practicing to see if you have psychic abilities. Take a few minutes, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, clear your mind. Open your mind up to a white space where you put everything else out of it, so therefore you open yourself up to feeling what's going on around you. There's an energy out there that we don't tap into generally, or that we're too busy and it's too noisy for us to tap into. By closing your eyes, taking the deep breaths, and clearing your mind, you can tap into that energy. Then when you're ready, one of the quickest and easiest ways to get started is by a mere deck of cards. I have a deck of cards right here. It's a regular deck of playing cards, as you can see. All the cards are black or red, and I'm going to shuffle those cards. What you can do is you shuffle the cards, and as you shuffle the cards, whenever you're ready, you stop. And whenever you stop, and one flies out, you leave it on the floor. So I've stopped, and with this deck of cards, I'm going to predict. Now the good thing is I'm not going to predict suits. I'm not going to predict what numbers. That's a little more advanced. The first and most easiest thing to do is predict colors. With any deck of cards, as you can see on the bottom, they're either red or black. So the easiest way to get started is just trying to spend some time, again, clearing your mind, focusing on the deck, focusing on the cards, and think about, what is this card? Is it red or is it black? Now I've shuffled the cards as you saw. You saw me shuffling them, you saw me lose some on the floor. Not the easiest deck dealer. Anyway, the point is that you saw me shuffle the cards. So I'm going to take the top card. I'm not going to look at it. I'm going to be holding it just like this so where you can see it too. And I'm going to feel the card. I'm going to try to find the energy. I'm going to see what it tells me. Then I'm going to pull the card. I believe this card is a black card. So with that said, I pull the card and I turn it to you and I peek at it myself. 6 of clubs, a black card. Let's try that again. Don't get me wrong. This does not always happen this way. I probably will make mistakes. We all tend to do it. We're never perfect. But as I feel this card, I'm getting a sense of this card. I also believe it's a black card. 9 of spades, it is. Let's try one more. Feeling this card is going to be a red card. Coincidence? I don't know, but it's a red card. Last one more, again, cards in your hand, in my hands, pointing it toward you. I'm feeling black card, that is a black card. What did I do? Very simply, before I started this, I meditated, I closed my mind, I cleared it, and I reached out to try to get a tap on what's happening in the energy around me. Then once I started the video, I was able to shuffle the cards, have myself in a situation where I can communicate with you, but at the same time feel and sense the cards. Now sometimes people get the visions in different ways. Sometimes in this situation you get color. If my mind is shut, my brain is open, I tend to think, and I'm thinking, okay, I see red, it's a red card. I see black, it's a black card. Other people may hear the word red or may hear the word black. Other people may just instinctively know it's red and black. Everybody receives these communications differently. There is no one right way of doing it. And as you develop your senses and your skills, you too will tap that vein and figure out what works for you. And to confuse you a little more, as the process goes on, sometimes your skills change. Sometimes at first, you just tend to know it, and over time you start getting visual images. Or you get a visual image initially, and you're starting to learn by visual images, and all of a sudden you hear something and it says red or black. It can be a bit strange from time to time because it changes and morphs as you change and morph and have you grow. But the most important thing is you work with it. This is one of the steps, one of the easiest first ways to get going. There are many others. Come join us, watch our group on Facebook, hit the follow, on YouTube, hit the subscribe, and follow us as we enter and continue this journey down the road and showing and sharing with you the different ways to build and develop your metaphysical skills in a safe and non-judgmental environment. And watch for the panels where we sit and talk about all that we're doing, and we invite you to bring in your own experiences and your own questions as well. We'll be speaking with you very soon. Take care.